honey love. What's up, girl? What's up, love, honey love? I see you. What you doing, real Sonya? What's up, Sonya? Fat Mama Sonya. What's up, Fat Mama Sonya? What's up, Fat Mama Sonya? What's up, Mayday? Lord Mayday. What's up, boy? What's up, Lord Mayday? What's up, my boy Doc? What you say, Doc? What you say, Doc? What you say, Doc? It's my big boy, Doc. What you say? All right. Welcome back to another week, another episode of Game Dog Talk. And of course, we got the legendary panel in the building. We have Schoolboy, Mr. Richard Garcia. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, thanks. Welcome, chat, and welcome, panel. Been good.
Yes, indeed. We have the legendary roster man, Boone. How you doing today, brother?
Yes, I. How you doing, bro Calvin, bro Schoolboy, bro Ram, bro Buckery? It's to the maximum 78 sport. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we have the legendary Buckery, only in American Kennels. How you doing today, brother?
Oh, man, I'm doing lovely, brother. Glad to be back. We had a week off for the Super Bowl shit. Had me lose my bread on that bullshit ass call holding penalty. It was a grab though, but anyway, still was a good goddamn Super Bowl. But yeah, everything's love on this thing, man. Hope the panel is doing great, as well as the awesome chat room we have. And just a real quick shout out to the brother twins. They had their 1 year anniversary. Just want to let them know that we was thinking about it, because I didn't get a chance to make it over there. But shout out to them for 1 year. Doing their thing as well.
Yes, indeed. Salute to the twins. Going hard, killing, salute. And we got my brother, Welcome Down Ram, big stepping in the building. What's happening with it, Ram?
Man, you had it right the first time. You can let that legendary slip out on my name if you want to. I ain't gonna hold it against you, Sally. I'm just fucking with you, cuz everything all is well over here, man. You feel me? Just another day in goddamn paradise.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man, how everybody been doing, man? Everybody had a good weekend and everything?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I made out on Kansas City, man.
Oh, yeah?
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got my goddamn money, Garcia.
I got it. I'm gonna save it.
Yes, indeed.
Fucked up my whole money. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Now I gotta jack. I gotta jack my shit off for a whole month until goddamn some money come through this motherfucker.
Start now. It's a long month.
Yeah. Well, I got the Vaseline thanks to you. I can't buy no ass right now. I ain't got no money, and they don't want to take this EBT card I got, so I'm fucked up.
Pretty.
Yeah, give me your cash app. Give me your cash app. I'll send you $5 or $10.
Oh, that ain't gonna get it, man. They charge me a little more than that unless I go get one of these no teeth motherfuckers around here smelling like fish. No, I gotta get the good one.
No, you ain't gonna shoot that low. No.
Do not hate on the gummers though. Them gummers is light.
Can't say Gummers. No, I mean to say Ram said Gummers are number one.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
The gummies is the best.
Let me do a quick roll call real quick. Salute to everybody in the chat. Seek and destroy a scooter. Salute to you. Lefty, American Pitbull Terrier.
All right.
Live life real in the building. Salute, bro.
There he goes.
Real life.
Martinez Game Dog. Salute.
Martinez.
Right. Jeff Smith, Arrowhead Kennels.
Arrowhead.
Jared Locke in the building.
Jared Locke.
Southside Kennels.
Southside.
All right, Southside.
Lay Marshall. Man. We got let me see here. I think this is I read Jeff Smith. We got Rhodes Kennels.
All
Grind
right.
Mode. Salute to Grind Mode. We got
okay.
Welsh
Yes,
Kennels
sir.
Combine. Salute.
There he go.
Vinny in the building.
Penny Maximum.
Okay.
We got who else we got? All right, Arrowhead Vinny. A lot of repeats in here. And we got Fat Farm Ray in the building.
All right, Fat.
No Surrender, No Retreat Kennels.
All right.
Mr. Kilroy.
Kilroy.
Hugo, AJ.
There he go.
What up, AJ? Hello, homie.
Vinny, Nation's Best Kennels.
All right, Vinny.
Running Stones.
Running Stones.
Luciano.
Luciano.
All right.
Salute to Soul Power, aka Gamed Up Kennels in the building.
What you got? Soul power. Got to have it. Soul power. Really need it. Soul power. We hear you.
Yes, indeed. Showstopper Kennels in the building.
Showstopper.
Q Parker.
There he goes. The goddamn man.
What up, Doug?
SBC Kennels in the building. We got the homie Lil Rock in the building. What's up, Lil Rock?
Little Rizzock in the building.
Lil Rock, go on and take another drink.
Yeah, game
one of the boxing.
Yes, sir. Vernon Star. Salute to everybody in the building. Can't read everybody, man, but appreciate all of you, brothers and sisters, for being up in here. Salute to the sister Ashley's Corner. I see you in the building, Ash. Salute to the sister Brown Sugar Tay in here.
Way to go, Sugar Tay with the beautiful voice.
Man, we go through this every week, man. Y'all get back on y'all team, man.
Tay got to come back up for another special goddamn viewing. We done got Boone and put a 3-piece fucking suit on last time.
Boone did some push-ups. Put his wife beater on. Came back with a
white beater.
Yeah,
Boone went fucking pre-workout.
We took a whole scoop of pre-workout, did about 50 push-ups.
No bullshit. Hey, you ain't see Boone put that Old Spice and Old English leather on, slap that shit on.
Yeah, that old brute, that shit for me.
He done went put that black suede and that motherfucking Old English leather with the motherfucking Old Spice on. Shit.
Poured out his finest ripple.
Yeah. He's wearing it right now in case we invent smell-o-vision.
No bullshit.
He's ready now. He left his church clothes on.
Boone had to change his motherfucking clothes after that. Them motherfuckers were smelling too motherfuckers.
Boy, y'all crazy.
Hey, salute Jeff Smith in the super chat showing love. Much love, much appreciation.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Salute to SBC Kennels. Appreciate the support.
SBC.
Hey, bro, before we get it started, tell them about the promotions and shit. These promotional deals we got going on for the show.
Man. Look, y'all, how we gonna do this? A lot of y'all have breedings and you got your own kennels and stuff out there. You got stuff that you advertising, you got products, all of that stuff, right? This show, if you support this show, that's open to you. But we're going to do it in a manner, in a business manner, the same way if you want to advertise your breeding in the journal, the same way you want to advertise on the radio slot, then it's a fee that's involved in that, and we will get y'all a commercial or something up here or a flyer to promote your joint. And hit me up on Instagram in my inbox, and we can talk the details if you're interested in something like that. But don't be just coming over here doing drive-bys, putting out your breedings and shit, because, you know what I'm saying, it's about respect. Show some love, you know what I mean? And then with that said, here's a quick word from one of our sponsors who sells guard dogs.
One of the most anticipated dog breedings has finally been confirmed. The pups from this pairing of Zeta and DMX will be born very soon. We are now accepting deposits. Our pups will come with ears cropped and a 2-year health guarantee. Get ahead of the pack on purchasing a puppy by contacting NWA Cane Corsos on Instagram at NWA Cane Corsos. Call or text 479-326-1603 with any questions. A guard dog is your first line of defense. These will be the right pups for the job.
Ooh. too, boy. I mean, we putting the
That's
commercials
nice.
together like that over here,
Okay.
boy. So fuck with
Okay.
it, man.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know?
that was nice.
Okay.
That was nice.
Hey,
Yeah.
Can I
hey,
can
hold
I
up.
add something
Oh,
right quick? I want to
go
say
ahead.
this. Okay, now, our world of people, we want you to know y'all are very important to us. And this is why we bring you these different things to you all to give you a vehicle. But the best thing about this vehicle is when you come through one of us on the panel, you get a discount. Now, you can go straight or you can come through us. It's up to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Let them know. Let them know. All right. So we got some good stuff going on. Some good questions from a couple of weeks ago. We're gonna get to those today. And question number 1.
Wait a minute. Hold on, brother. Before you
Yeah, go ahead.
start,
Go ahead, brother.
we had a good one die on us yesterday, man. So we wanna say rest in peace to one of our dear bulldoggers, brother Duhan. Ronnie Duhan passed on us
Wow.
yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah,
Rest in
man.
peace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rest in peace to
Rest in
brother
peace.
Duhan, man.
Yes, indeed.
Brother Duhan was a special piece in the game, and you have a lot of people have different opinions of him. But I must say, every time I met Brother Ronnie throughout the few years, that we've encountered one another, he was always respectful to me, and,
Yes, he
and we
was.
talked, and we talked about different things, and he was real polite, and then I've had people say this and that, and I was like, well, damn, he never talked to me in that manner. He always was respectful of what I had to say and me of what he had to say. So I just want to say, man, big up Maximum to one of the greatest dog men that have participated in our fraternity.
Yes, indeed. Salute. All right. Much love.
Yeah, I'm going to do a video on him this week, so whoever's
Yeah.
on my channel, watch for it. I'll
Yeah.
have
Yes,
some
indeed.
info and like what do you call it? In memoriam,
Yeah, tribute.
tribute. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'll call it. Thanks.
We ought to
Thanks,
do
7-8.
maybe we ought to do a short tribute to him on the next show that we do. We just
That'd be cool.
make
Yeah, for sure.
conversation.
I'd like to hear some good stories about them.
Yeah. Or even have some of the people to call in and give some of the positive vibes that they encountered with the brother. So, we don't want to deal with none of the negative stuff. We just anything positive, that's what we like to hear.
Indeed. We'll
That's
chop it
right.
up before the next show. We'll have something, put something together.
Yeah.
First question we got here is, historically, did the panel feel like it was better to condition dogs in the cooler months rather than the warmer months? Let me start with you from your experience, Mr. Garcia.
Yes. Yeah, I like the cooler months. It gets real hot during the summertime, where I live, up to 110 degrees, or even like Arizona, 120, like that. There's ways to get around that, but it's not advisable, because even at night, you'd have to work your dog in the night or real early in the morning. But even if it's late at night, it's still hot. The way it's usually done is, whatever facility they're using, they try and keep it as cool as possible. But, because of the nature of the breed, the hair and all that stuff, and all that, the cooler weather is better for them, Now, if you go to the extreme where it's real cold, that'll mess your dog up too, man. Back then, like if we went to, in the middle of winter, we go to Reno or something like that, where there's 4 foot of snow, you don't even wash the dog, you just taste them and like that. And then, there was never a problem with that, but I like the cooler weather better myself. Some people say they like the hotter weather because their dogs do better in it, or they learn how to condition for the heat. Some people would rather be in Louisiana or East Texas where it's hot and humid, or Mississippi, Florida, like that. It's a different set, and it could be an advantage if you don't know how to condition for that weather. and usually it comes down to the weight. The guys I know, they come in a little bit thinner, you know. But
Right.
yeah, for me, cooler is better.
Yes, sir. How do you feel about that, Brother Bach? Cooler versus warmer months.
Well, it depends on what bloodline I'm running. If I'm running my Bolio or those type of hookups, I wanted your ass in the summer. I wanted to bring you good Eli and hard mouth shit to that summer. And especially depending like where Richard lived at, for instance, back, you know, when he was on it, he lived in Cali. So, you know, it just depends. It's like anything else. It's just like a football player going to go play in Denver. You know, they have problems going up in that high altitude. You know what I'm saying? But shit, the motherfuckers that live there, that's normal to them. Breathing perfect. So if you got to have somebody come to your place where your shit is at advantage, then you take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, with my heavy Eli and palate and stuff, I want your ass in the winter because I want to keep my mouth shut. And those particular dogs put the whole dog in their mouth. They not front biting dogs. They put shit to the back. So it's harder for them to breathe like that in the summer months. Matter of fact, they look a bit average in the summer months and straight killers in the winter because they can breathe with putting you all the way to the back of their mouth and still get the job done in short order. So it just depends on what line I'm running. I want your ass in the summer, like I said, with Bolio or REDBOY JOCKO type crosses. I want your ass in the winter when I got heavy Eli Carver dogs in the winter.
Yes, sir. What about you, Buster, man?
Okay, being in the East, on the East Coast, you know, it's all year round, you know, back then, you know, summer, spring, winter, fall. And that's the beauty of being on the East Coast is you'll be able to tolerate it, the weather a lot better than some of the other areas. You know, if it get like 100 and something degrees, like some of the other brothers on the panel in the areas they in, it doesn't get like that. It's rare that it'll be like 100 and something. You know, mostly it might be 80, 90. You know, something like that, and then less. You know, and so you know, to say when would be the best time, you know, it's pretty much, you know, what you decide. And then too, you know, challenges just bring about, you know, the interest of, you know, competing and trying to excel through whatever the challenges may be. And so it's a joy, you know, to do things that you possibly may think you wouldn't be good at, or you haven't even tried, or you want to pursue. So, you know, but now, like I said, in some of the areas where it's like 100 and some degrees, that might be a little more challenging. But I think it would be, you know, you just like Schoolboy said, you know, you have to figure out the time of day or night that you can get your work in. And so, you know, all of it is exciting. You know what I mean? It's just a thrill to, you know, like the song came out, it's a joy to have your love. Well, it's a joy to be bulldog.
Yes, sir. Welcome that Ram. Cooler months or warmer months for conditioning?
Well, for me, I prefer the cooler months because it get hot as a motherfucker out here in the summer, bro. Like, I'm saying for me, not my dog, you know, because if I could catch your stupid ass in the summer back in the day, like, I'll bust your shit because I fucking bring my meal outside and put my dog on it. But just as a human, like, my conditioning wasn't up to par for that because it'd be stupid hot. Like, no cap. Every year, motherfuckers come out here from out of state when it start warming up in the summer and go hiking. Every year, at least 5 of them motherfuckers die because by 10 o'clock, it's about 115 degrees and you ain't ready for that shit. You only brought 1 bottle of water. I say all that to say I'm from out here and I can't even take that shit, man. So I wouldn't, just for my safety, so I could continue to live and breathe and shit in the wintertime. You know, because my dogs, they outside, you know, they acclimated to it. I be outside too, but I sleep inside in the AC. I drive in like, you know, I'm an AC boy. I ain't understanding no swap cooler, none of that. So your ass will fuck around, die out here trying to condition the dog, you know, in the summertime. So wintertime for me, bro. Historically speaking, that is.
Yes, indeed. We got a question here. In the past, did any of the OGs witness or ref any entertaining draws where both dogs were matched pretty even and both scratched to the end? Both had nothing in the tank left. How would you continue and label both dogs, game or dead game? Mr. Garcia.
Yeah, in fact, it was the longest match I seen. It was my friend using a bitch named Piggy against some other guys. Had some boils, blood in it. A female named Cha-Cha, and she looked like that old Bolio stuff. Now to set it up, Cha-Cha was she was probably 7 years old. She had, you know, white on her muzzle. Her teeth were chipped. She had saggy titties because she'd been bred. And she had a lot of experience. Piggy was younger, harder mouth, rougher, less experience, and blind in one eye. So they went at it. And Cha-Cha, she looked like that, like I said, that old boils, Bolio stuff. And she fought that way, real close, good wrestler, smart. They were hooked up for like 2 hours, man, just nonstop. Hammer and tongue, just going at it, bang, bang, bang. Good conditioning. There were no handles for probably over hour and a half, close to 2 hours. And like I said, Piggy was the harder biter. And during the show, she got to Cha-Cha's belly, right, and opened her up, and blood and milk came out at the same time, right? But Cha-Cha was right there, man. It was a good show. And then what happened? They start to slow down, and one of them, I forgot which one, but they were laid out face to face, and one of them got their in the other one's muzzle, so they couldn't get any handles, no out of hole, nothing. And I forgot how the handling started, but they handled. I forget who scratched first, made the scratch, handled again, made another scratch, and then the tooth got hung up again. So they were like that. They'd get up and shake a little bit, you know, just play it out. And every once in a while they come up and again, but the tooth never come out. So at 3 hours and 23 minutes, they called it a draw. Courtesy scratch, Cha-Cha, they cut her loose. She comes wide open, screaming, man. Piggy hesitates and then scratch. And that's how it ended in the draw. But for 2 hours and better, it was a good fight, man. They were cutting each other, wrestling. And like I said, Cha-Cha just stayed close to her. That took some of the effect of the way, the hard bite. And Piggy she kind of like, because she was blind in one eye, she would stay on one side, you know. But she was a hard biter. And man, it was a good one. It was a good one. As far as draws go.
Yes, sir. Roster Man Boone, have you ever witnessed back in the day or reffed a match that was an entertaining draw?
An entertaining draw. Not that I could think of right off of my head, but I do have a situation that I could speak on almost similar or close to it. And that was Lanier's Grand Champion Bronson against Shockley Header. And it went right at 3 hours. And no out of hoops, no turns, or none of that. And we sitting there and it's cold, 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 cold. And I'm thinking like, damn, you know, how can we win? You know, how can we win? And I came up with the idea of say, hey, ask them to let us scratch to win. And so they agreed, and old Bronson did, but Hedda never got up off the carpet. He was still, you know, I guess he had done got to the point of exhaustion. He just wasn't there no more. But Bronson did come. But the point I was making is no out of host, no turn, no nothing for 3 hours. You know, they just locked in. And so that's probably the closest thing I could, but it wasn't no draw though. You know, we scratched the win.
Yes, sir.
Boom. Excuse me. Hold up, if I can. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you buy that? Which champion Wrangler dog did you buy? Boom.
Grand Champion Wrangler. Oh yeah, I forgot. Damn, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me speak on this.
Right.
You see, look, I'm getting old, man. I be forgetting
no,
shit.
because that Wrangler dog you bought was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he was a soldier. Anyway, when I bought him, I was, let's see, Cunningham and what's his name? Darn it! No, what's his name? Greg. Yeah, Greg. They in there, and I'm betting on Wrangler, you know, and I'm like, yo, Durant, you know, he's smart, man. He's a smart guy, man. I mean, you know, that's the beauty of our game, man. That's
give love to Durant, Glenn, rest in peace. Go ahead.
They can see, man, and a lot of people can't see it coming. They just so blind, and I don't want to say they're dumb or stupid. It's just that some stuff just they can't conceive insight. You know what I mean? Somebody might have to spell it out to them. But anyway, I'm saying, hey, tell them to let you scratch to win. That's what I'm telling Greg. But Greg, it was Danny or Greg, whichever one was in there. And Durant saying, well, look, you know, they both, it's been a long time. And see, really, both of them, you know, and see, man, we don't need to let these dogs die. Well, see, Durant had done seen he was out of it. He was out of it. I mean, you know, it wasn't no movement. It wasn't nothing happening with his animal. But Wrangler had the hope. He was the one that had the hope. So I'm saying, you know, no, don't agree to no draw. Hell no, ain't no way. You know, I'm telling Greg, no. And Durant, you know, man, I'm telling you, you know. And so what he was doing, he was boosting him emotionally to become affected with his thoughts. See, Durant planted a seed. And he became nervous thinking that both dogs were going to die. But hell, when they got the breaking stick, man, Wrangler said, it was screaming. Man, I said, I told you not to do that shit, man. We could have got the money, man. But that happens. People, that gets and another thing, you know, and I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna let it go. And then like people there, you know, back then they bring their wife and the kids. And so the dog get all bloody and the wife sitting there and said, man, I'll let your dog die, man. And the wife goes, and the joker said, hey, that's enough.
Right.
Hey, he winning.
Right.
So yeah, I done seen a lot of crazy shit, man. But Bob, thanks for reminding me. I forgot all about it. That time my mind go blank.
Yeah, because they went like 3.5, 4 hours that night.
It was 3 hours and some change.
Right.
Okay. 3 hours and some change. Yeah. I had forgot all about that, man. But go ahead, girl.
What about you, Brother Bot?
Now, you know, I see the part where you lost me a lot lost me a little bit is when you said entertaining. Like normally, for me, you know, there's everybody has their own philosophy of what they like and how, and you know, once motherfuckers be going 3 hours and change, and a lot of times, what I heard Brother Garcia say, like he's seen action for 2.5. Most of the times, there's a lot of laying around at that point. I damn near I be looking for food to eat and shit outside, and you know, I come back and fucking check, and so it don't be that entertaining to me. So, I mean, I seen some. I mean, one in particular that was okay was seeing East Coast Assassin go into a fade with and they went like 3.5 hours, and it's similar like what Boone said with his the one that could have won it. He got tired of being in there with the opposite side, kept coming on his side calling they dog, so he just said fuck it, I'll call the draw. And I'm looking like, man, that motherfucker's over here ready to quit. You might as well goddamn win this shit. Now you're in 3 hours some change. You ain't gonna save this motherfucker. You might as well go on and win this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Sure enough, he got Parker to telling him, come on, man, pick him up. Let's pick him up. But Parker said his shit, that motherfucker he was handling for that motherfucking Gravedigger was a rough curve, even though he went 3 hours of change. I had Rick Rude on the motherfucker in a roll, and he couldn't even stay 3 minutes. He was trying to quit. So I knew he was a piece of shit. Went 3 hours. So I didn't think shit of either fucking dog there that night. 2 pieces of shit. Remind me of Mickey Rourke, and fucking Arturo Gotti. 2 fucking pieces of shit that fought 3 times, and somebody told me that was a hell of a fight. Like I said, and Floyd Mayweather, then they killed the motherfucking Arturo Gotti in 6 rounds, and he ain't never been a knockout killer. So anyway, so yeah, so he picked the fucking dog. They went in the draw, and his dog died afterwards. But his dog, like Boone said, was screaming to go. Still had enough energy to finish. The other one quitting. So, but yeah, I ain't seen too many entertaining fucking draws. Hell no. Matter of fact, I ain't never seen one.
Okay. What's your thoughts on that? Walking down around.
I gotta agree with OG Bach. I ain't even seen one. I refed one where the motherfuckers both had hard biting dogs that didn't like to get bit hard. So whoever get to their hole first, the other one started hollering and shit until he could get his hole. Then that one to let go, start hollering. About 10 minutes of that shit, I told him that you're gonna have to handle your dogs, and y'all gonna have to scratch the wind, man, because we outside and shit. You know, we ain't in the city, but still, you motherfuckers out here hollering and screaming like motherfucker out here get killed or something, nigga. I ain't coming for this shit. So this scratch the start and shit, the same shit repeat, watch first, repeat after 2 scratches a piece. Both of them fucking just come out of the hole and standing there. So I started counting on it out of the hole. So bring them to their corner, they gonna try to agree on the draw. I said, hell no, y'all agreed to scratch the win. So the red dog scratched. It was on him to go. His shit stand. So to release the Buckskid scratch, he stand. They go, so it's a draw. Fuck no, both of y'all lost. You got me fucked up, homie. Both of them much. Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, I've never seen a draw, let alone an entertaining one. I seen some niggas try to call it a draw, but if I'm there, I ain't going for it. Both of them quit, motherfucker. Put on their pedigree, fucking one-time loser, and in the sub description put they both quit, motherfucker. If I see anything else on that pad ever in life, I'm a shotgun blast that shit. You gonna be fucked up.
Hey, you notice this, brothers? I'm sure all of y'all all of the brothers on the panel, and I'm sure all of the seasoned bulldoggers of the past in the chat. Y'all ever notice the motherfucker want to call the draw knowing they shit about to quit anyway? It don't be nobody but them calling for the draw. I think we need to pick them both. Don't you want to say, no, bitch, your shit's quitting? And they always get that sucker. At that point, I'm like, listen, all of us, trust me, I mean this shit. I don't want no good dogs to have to perish in nothing of them. I'm hoping that that calmer and cooler heads can prevail and save a good dog. So let me just first, I mean that shit. But once you done went to the almost a point of no return, what the fuck are we getting ready, bruh? We ain't gonna be able to catch no veins. We way out in the deep water now. I don't know about us getting back home. So since we out here and my shit looks better, why the fuck I'm gonna have you convince me to now we want to pick up at 3.5 hours and your shit is around this motherfucker ain't been in hold and then it's 16 minutes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And my shit is in hold, and you telling me to pick up.
We gotta let that play out, man. Fuck you.
Right. But they will convince, like Boone said, it be motherfuckers, it be Sherry and her fucking son, little at the, no, we need to take Sherry back. Get it up, Charles. And the motherfucking Charles, I'm like, Charles, don't listen to your wife. He's like, fuck you, Box. And I'm like, I feel you, but damn it, y'all ain't gonna take, his ass ain't gonna make it home. You're not gonna even get out the parking lot with this motherfucker. But he's in hole and been in hole, laying in a dead hole for 16 minutes. The other motherfucker mouth ain't had shit on it since he had his last meal. Don't pick that motherfucker up, Charles. And sure enough, Becky then motherfucking got Charles to pick him up. Get up, Charles. I'm like, that's why I say I ain't taking nobody to no motherfucking show. Don't you ain't got no money in my shit, and you ain't coming here to talk about taking Charles. I mean, taking somebody. No, if you see us come home together, you know it was a good night, bitch. If you don't see us come back together, don't ask me what the fuck happened because I don't want to fuck you, and I ain't got shit to say to you and nobody in the house for at least 2 weeks. You know. But go ahead.
Just leave me alone, goddammit.
Right.
Can I say something right quick? Let me say this. Okay, so I was at a show, right? And so me, FB, this way back in the day, Lester Hughes, the whole mix-up. One of the breeders, boy, he got books, he got all kind of shit out there, right? So his dog quit, right? So when the dog quit, the other guy, his dog won. So, he had his dog in his arm. And so the breeder dog was just standing there. Nobody wasn't holding. And so the guy that won, he walked to the left. Then the dog that quit walked to the right. And then, so when he walked to the right, the dog that quit will walk to the left. So then, because I'm like a detailist. I watch the animals. I don't too much. I hear what people saying, but I watch the animals because I want to understand the truth. I want the story, not from the people, but from the animal. So I'm watching the dog. So I said, damn, every way that the guy walked that won, the other dog go the opposite way. So the breeder come over there to me. He said, what's up, boo? I said, what's happening? He said, what you think? I said, what you mean? He said, what you think about what happened? I said, the bitch quit. He said, yeah. So the next thing I know, I see the goddamn match report. Say the bitch lost game. I said,
man. Like where? How, Quay? How you know? Like that bitch quit. Fuck you mean? That's where the game be fucked up at, man. People don't tell the truth. They want to keep that current breeding and then sell you puppies.
Hey, they were selling puppies like a motherfucker, but I ain't gonna call no names, but I'm like, damn, man. So I felt sorry for the brother, because he seen the same thing I seen.
Right.
Them niggas was doing the goddamn Russian duo dance to stay away from each other. Shit. You go this way, I'm gonna go this way. I don't want no more. This is a smoke-free campus. God damn it, no smoke.
Yeah. You can go ahead, Kat.
Salute to Lil Rock in the super chat. Appreciate the love. Lil Rock said,
bless up, Lil Rock.
He said wasn't going to, but now I'm taking. He said wasn't going to, but now I'm taking the shot. Rasta man.
taking a shot. Hey, Chuck, take one for me. Take one for me. Take one for me. No, take one for the panel. Go ahead and
Hey,
get your first shot. Let's
shots
see.
of King Cobra don't count though, bro.
No, it's 5 of us. Go on and take your 5 shots.
Mm-hmm. Salute to Nate Dogg in the super chat. Appreciate the
Nate
support.
Dogg.
He says just
Thank you, Nate.
He said just saying what's up. Stretch Kennels out of OKC. Salute to you, homie. Salute to Stretch
OKC.
Kennels.
All right.
And, Hugo in the super chat. Appreciate the support, man. He
Brother
says,
Hugo.
just
Yes,
want to
sir.
thank the amazing panel, the chat for the continued jewels dropped every show. I don't have much, but I gift this super chat with much love and appreciation. Salute from across the pond. Salute to you, man.
We
Definitely
appreciate
appreciate
you.
Much
We
love.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
hell
sir.
yeah, good looking. Salute to the
And not
guys
only
over there in Thailand that's tuning in, listening around too.
That's
you
right.
know?
In the
Huddled up. I
Philippines.
appreciate
In the
that.
Philippines.
Yeah, the
we
Philippines. That's what I mean. Yeah, salute to the Filipinos sitting around
Right.
checking us out right now on their Bulldog
Right.
Sunday, man. I appreciate
Right.
we
South
appreciate
Africans too. They
all
be
the
hitting us up.
kind words.
Yeah.
We
Yup.
appreciate all the kind words, all the kind gifts, and anything that you can think of that's reasonable. Question us, because that's what we're here for. We here for y'all. We're not here for us, because if it was up to me, hell, y'all know I'd be lost.
Yes, sir.
So we here for y'all. So we make it a point to be here weekly or whatever, whenever we do. We are here for y'all. So solely believe that. And then let us know that you really appreciate it, because it's a good thing for us to share our manhood and our travels and our past history with people that's interested in what we're talking about. We don't have a lot of people that's interested in what we talk about, but the ones that we do have, man, we really, really have the highest regards for y'all brothers and sisters. We truly do. Am I right, Pamela?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
self-made, that's my young homeboy Blitz dog, G.I. Joe. That
Yeah.
little motherfucker is the truth already, boy. I like that little motherfucker. He's
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah. He nice. He
Yeah,
been
that's
that motherfucker
yeah,
been nice for a minute.
yeah. Yup. Yeah, that's the young homeboy Blitz who was at the show with us. Remember that puppy, bro, that was acting a fool? That's
Yeah.
him now. That motherfucker grown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We stay in contact. He's good people.
Yeah. That's G.I. Joe, self-made.
Brother Joe.
and we got another question here. What's the panel's advice regarding proper setup of a yard, plastic dog houses compared to metal insulated ones, etc.? Mr. Garcia, your thoughts?
Well, you know, whatever works for you. You know, generally people try different stuff. Where I lived, I just used the wooden dog houses, 3/4 inch plywood, 1 sheet per dog house. Some people use you get the 50-gallon plastic barrels or metal barrels. I've seen people use, my buddy uses cement. All his houses are cement, and he lives on the coast. You know, he lived on the coast. So, you know, as far as proper, it's whatever works for you, whatever you like, whatever you can afford, just so it's adequate. You know, if it's real cold, like up north, they insulate them. You know, where it's not weather isn't extreme like that. You get away with different housing like the plywood or plastic barrels. If it's real hot, you need shade. You know, you need enough room for them to move around. Now with, you know, a lot of the laws, you have kennels, so you do the kennel the same way. You know, I know some people don't have a top on their kennel. That's not advisable, regardless of what control you have on your dog or how high the kennel is or whatever you think. You know, they should always be covered on top because they'll get out fast.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on that before we move on? Anybody want to talk about the doghouse?
I I do both. So in the wintertime, I use the wooden dog houses because, contrary to popular belief, it get cold as fuck out here in the winter. We get 2 seasons, hot as a bitch and cold as fuck. So
Yeah,
I give
the
them,
desert.
yep, I give them the
fucking
wood in
desert.
the winter. Like I do the fat chicks, get them the wood too. So hit me on IG because if you're still cold, I got you. But in the summertime, I just got the ventilated plastic barrels, off the ground, covered up in the shade and all that shit. Like. I should be looking like little doghouse condos around this motherfucker.
That's good. When I started out, we come from the old days, and we had the dog houses built. Shit. I had a guy, man. He wasn't even into dogs, but he was a builder, a carpenter, a handyman, and he just did all kind of things from roofing to building. I mean, inside the house, outside. This guy could do it all, man. And he used to make all that. We had came up with a pattern, and he just made all the dog houses that I had, man. And I remember back in the days, I was lifting them heavy ass dog houses. He was, and I was too, cause we placing them all around the yard and in different places. But I found that, the present time, a lot of people use the plastic barrels, and I have too. And but back in the day, man, the wooden dog houses, to me, I don't know. I just think it was like they had a house. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like a nice house, for the dog.
Yes, sir. What about you, Brother Buck?
They all said it, brother.
Yes, sir. Salute to Forest City Bulldogs in the super chat. Appreciate the support,
brother.
He says, are there any other litters you can think of as impactful as Honey Bunch litter that had Jeep in it? What about you, Brother Bob?
Oh. So we talking about that had Jeep in it, not necessarily.
No, he's saying like any other breedings that was impactful.
I think that Reno, Mr. Rogers, and type litter was terrible too. What was that? Something? How many they had in there, Garcia?
They had 3 champions and
right.
Yeah, another female that lost to Jimmy Lee, and
right.
They had a couple of other ones. Yeah, there's champion Reno, champion Mr.
Right
Rogers,
hand. And right hand man.
No, and what's his name? Oh, Bolt Action.
Bolt Action. I'm sorry. Right. Bolt Action.
Yeah. And they're off of Cherokee Chief and Dirty Mary.
Yep. Yeah, that was about that. That was a fire litter. They did real well.
And all of them except that red bitch. I almost bought that red bitch too, but I didn't. But all of them produced champions, winners like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the litter with Homer had champion Homer, champion Freddy, and champion Mountain Boy. Yeah. Spike Black Widow,
Right.
That was a great litter. Yeah.
Right.
Even DIBO the Red Lady had Spike and what was it? The three brothers. That's all that was in the litters, and they all were champions. Spike, Buck, and I forget the other one.
That Bocephus litter too. It had, what was that, Grand Champion? Bob or something. Bob.
Flint.
They had Bocephus.
Yeah, Flint, and then Jim Bob.
Right, Jim Bob.
I think Jim Bob was bred a little different, but he was off of. I forget. It's the same kind of stuff.
I thought that was Bocephus. I thought that was still off the Art Mystery to Stop an Auto Breed.
It might have been. You might be right, but there was Flint, Bocephus, and maybe Jim Bob. Yeah. I'm thinking Jim Bob had some.
No, Jim Bob. I definitely definitely want to say he was off. He was Bocephus' brother off of Art Missy and Stomping Out of.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Bocephus, he won 3. His last one was in 2 hours and 53 minutes.
That's right.
The other two were shorter, but he got his jaw broke, and he won. And then he lost a pork chop, but he was faster by then. You know, Flint broke stifles, broke legs, all kinds of shit. He was a cutter, man. You know, I think Danny Burton handled him one time. He told me he was a bad dog, man. Yeah. That was
Wasn't it a litter, some of that Midnight Cowboy stuff had like Grand Champion Candy and Happy Jack and all that in it?
Yeah, well, Happy Jack litter, had I forget, Happy Jack, maybe Cowgirl. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of Jacks. There's Happy Jack, Cracker Jack, Smiling Jack.
Right.
Smiling, yeah. They bred different, but they kept that theme going.
Yeah.
Cactus Jack, you know. It's all that Midnight Cowboy, Shivo, Piggy stuff.
They just weren't litter mates, though. So, I mean, to answer his question,
What about the Eli and Spook breeding?
Well, there was Bully Son, Eli Jr., Brandy, and Loopy. For those, you know, some people like that.
The Loopy dog. That's one dog you don't even hear about.
No, she went to Mexico.
Okay.
I have a bunch of old pets with her in it. They bred her, you know. People down there liked her better than the other 3, and people up here like Brandy better than the other 2 brothers, you know. And a lot of people like Eli Jr. better than Bully Son, you know, as far as match dogs, you know.
Right.
Because, you know, he suffered a broken leg and he was a killer 2 finisher, you know. Beat probably better opponents than Bully Son did, you know. It's basically who had him, you know. Bobby Hall and Maurice Carver condition and handle Bully Son. So bigger names, but people more impressed with Eli Jr., I think.
Right.
What's your thoughts on the roster, man?
They're people. And somebody come.
What happened? Somebody called you?
Yeah, I just cut them off. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I thought he went to the knee pad with the woman. Okay. I'm sorry.
What we have to understand that you know, there are a lot of family of dogs that has produced a lot of great dogs, and then you know, also we have to remember that you know the dogs have been in, you know, from white, black to Indians, Chinese, you know, and all these groups and Mexicans and have did their breedings the way they have, and then Germans and Russians. You know, we just got a shitload of different people from different countries that have done so well with the dogs and producing great dogs that you know, we just, and a lot of them don't get
the recognition.
Yeah, they don't get the recognition. They don't get the conversations that we talk about, or they be included. But I'll say that you know, I'm just a ZEBO man, Carver, you know, REDBOY dog, and man, and Melanin's Outlaw. You can find great dogs and all that. And then, you know, you got the Boomerang dog. Then you got
Boomerang litter had Boomerang, had champion, what's her name? She's a 4-time winner. Willie Brown's Nell. Fox, a one-time winner. He beat Jack Kelly. Petronelli's owned him. They had another one named Rudy Tootie. He won in Arizona. I don't know how good he was. And then Norman Hooten. They never did nothing with the dog, but he had a litter mate named Spider from that. So, and Arts Missy too. Arts Missy's from that litter. Boomerang, Arts Missy, Nell, Rudy Tootie,
Petronelli's Fox.
Yep. There's a lot of them, you know.
You can look at the Palanton family of dogs, and you know, it just It just goes on and on. And I'm gonna tell you, man, this is what I'm really a fan of. I'm a fan of humanity. Think about all the brothers of different cultures and ethnic groups and how they have managed, even without us talking to one another from a personal perspective, they still have achieved in heights that a lot of us that understand English that haven't, you know.
Right.
So, man, this thing, man, is so beautiful, man. I mean, it's
we definitely know in certain. I mean, to cut you, like you said, it's like in Russia and different parts of England, and they got a lot of bad motherfuckers that they running. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure there's a lot of brothers and sisters that are grand champions and champions that we don't know of, like you said. So.
So even though we don't know them, I'm that guy that want to speak for the unknown and the known. But I do want to remind y'all that Bulldog Hill 2023, July, APDR will be doing this show in July. It's the family reunion, Bulldog Hill family reunion. And it's everything about fellowship and bring your kids and then let your dog join the sporting events. And you win trophies and you eat free. It don't cost you nothing. Right. As a matter of fact, we have all kind of vendors with all kind of whatever you need, collars and whatever you need, sticks, whatever you need, it's there. So prepare yourself, get ready. And on top of that, 78 Sports, Ram, Schoolboy, Bakari, and I, we're in the mix to put something together for you brothers to come and attend, because we really want to give back to you all in a way that it'll be everlasting and memorable. Go ahead,
Yes, sir. Salute to Cornelius Jenkins. Salute, bro. In the super chat, he says, "Love you, boys. Thank you for teaching the youth about dogs. I'm getting my mom and her husband a boxer because I don't live there anymore. Love y'all. LDBC for life." Salute to you, homie.
We love you too.
Thank you.
Thrower Martinez, salute. Martez, salute. Appreciate the love.
Thank you.
Much love.
And salute to let me see here who this is here. I think that might be, yeah, Martez Thrower back in the Cash App. Salute to your family. Thank you, brother.
Salute.
All right, and let me go to this question here. We got historically speaking.
Let me say this. Fire Bulldog people. We love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go to you, Ram, on this one. Historically speaking, have the panel ever seen any injury to the handler or referees during competition?
Hell yeah, shit, I got beat handling my shit. Motherfucker going for the D-Fang real quick. Tried to throw him in the tailpipe trick, and that shit ain't work out for you, boy. It bit down on my goddamn thumb, and I felt like Craig Daddy. The dog bit my ass, you know. And fuck motherfucker still quit. So hell yeah, I didn't be bit shit. Me, goddammit.
That's fucked up. Damn.
Oh, and I seen one. Hold on, this shit funny too. Motherfucker had a dog off of El Diablo or El Negro. Yeah, El Negro, big motherfucker, man. He's big old bad biter. As soon as the motherfucker come up out the wash pit, that nigga decide he want to fight everybody but the dog. He was biting everybody. Back the fuck up out that basement so goddamn fast, nigga. Never seen a big nigga run so fast.
Yeah, I've been out of that.
Yeah, that motherfucker went to just biting everybody. He turned to a nigga biting dog. I was out of these niggas. Home on no parts.
Yeah, fuck that. Let me go to Mr. Garcia. What about you?
Yeah, all the time. As far as myself, I've been bit several times, but never in a show, never in one of my shows, never refereeing. But I've been attacked by dogs or bit during handles and rolls. That's how I learned to be quick. And that's what it'll teach you. You know, you gotta be quick. And
No bullshit.
yeah, most of the time I defang just with my fingers. People trip out sometimes. They used to, you know. But there's a way to do it. You know, you gotta control the dog and way you place your hands and all that stuff. But I've seen people get bit any way you can imagine. In fact, I had to take over a show for one guy because he got bit in his stifle real bad. He had to go to the hospital. His cornerman asked if I could jump in there for him. You know, he was leaking bad, and they let me. He won, but he wasn't there for the win.
Did he turn Garcia?
He didn't.
Hell yeah.
It was if you ever been cut or stabbed, you know that like when it first happens, you don't feel it.
Right.
You know, it not till it kicks in. You know, but it was like that. He didn't really react to it. You know, because it was so clean. It just boom like that, and then oh shit, he's looking at man. It almost bit his nuts off, man. It was fucking.
Damn.
But I've seen a bit grab them on the arm, fingers, bite their tongue. I mean, their thumb. You know, one girl was handling, and her own dog bit her on the arm. They had to break her own dog off her arm, and they had to switch handlers. They had to switch handlers that one. But yeah, it happens all the time. Like I said, you got to be able to anticipate and way you position yourself, hold your hands. But inevitably, you're gonna get bit if you fucking with dogs. Any dog, you're gonna get bit. You know, that's just the way. You know, that's the way they communicate sometimes with their mouth. You know.
Right.
So yeah. Almost everywhere you can, in the face, in the chin. I've seen it get bitten. The legs, arms, fingers. When you get bit in the fingers, usually they grab like your whole hand. You know, kind of. That shit hurts, man. Because what happens is where they bit you, you know, it starts to turn black after a couple of days.
Right.
And
that shit hurt like a bitch.
Yeah, it hurt, especially your fingers. You know.
Right.
But yeah.
What about you, Rasta man?
Yeah, man. Was handling one for somebody, and shit. That son bitch reached back and bit clean through my thumb, man. I'm talking about the hanger went through my thumb, and I'm telling you, the pain was like, you know how like a nerve pinch, like your nerve got twisted or something. And man, I felt this shit in my sack. You know what I mean? My sack. Right. You know
in your belly, man.
The steam went to my sack, man. I was like, oh, I ain't hollering nothing, but I got that motherfucker off, man.
And make it nauseous. It'll fucking make it nauseous, man. Like you want to puke. You know?
And then this been years ago in D-Ham. I guess y'all might know who I'm talking about. But he a lot of people didn't know the name. They know. But anyway, he was in there, and I can't remember how it went, but he came up and the dog had his bicep. He said, ah!
Yeah, that happened to my friend. He stood up and the dog's hanging off his arm like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
So they got the stick and got him off. So
you turned your shit into a spring pole.
And different stuff, man. But
and they stay on. They don't fucking let go, man. They'll stay on there.
No, he was locked. I mean, that was locked on that shit. So, you know, but you see little incidents like that, but you can prepare and do all you can to not get bit, but it's, you know, you're still vulnerable. You're still vulnerable because you're in there. If you're in there, you know, it can happen. Yeah. And it's not to say that you don't know what you're doing, but you know, that's the thing about them. Once they mind is made up to make a move, it ain't like, oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. It's like they act right on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I've seen people, you know, beat the hell out of a dog. I just, I don't like that. I don't like that. I think when a man go that far, that's just that's abusive. That's, you know what I mean. You taking advantage of somebody that loves you unconditionally. I've never been a fan of watching people beat the dog. I despise that, man.
Right.
Dog. They'll do some things sometimes we don't understand, but you got to check them. Especially if you're towards your kid or something like that, or you know what I mean. But to just be beating them like that, man, that ain't no good to me. But by far, bulldogging give us, people of superstar status. And when I say superstar status, I ain't talking about no money or no ego. I'm just talking about the presence. You know what I mean? Because, man, you got to have guts to deal with these dogs, man. You got to feel it in your bones. You got to get that. Like when you get up and go to church, you know what I mean? And Miss Annie.
No nuts, no glory with these dogs.
Yeah, and she in that tight dress, and you like, good God, I'm not a Miss Annie Lou.
At church? Rocker Man said at church, and then he said tight dress. I didn't get
it. He gonna put that shit gonna end up in some ass either way. So
he
Roll and took a motherfucker to a "we should all overcome" to motherfucker in a tight dress at church and bite the shit out of it.
The sexualized Martin Luther King
like, all right. Let me go to you, Brother Bot.
Yeah, well, like mostly on the panel, you can't be in bulldogs and don't get bit. I think that's the best thing ever happened when it first happened. Like, I never forget the first time I got into it, and I'm gonna get to a show. My dumb ass was in between two dogs in the front of them instead of behind the motherfucker. Sure enough, both of them latched on to both of my hands, and fuck,
shit.
Man, you talking about I damn it passed out that motherfucker. They end up breaking them both off. Had to break them both off of both hands. And I learned real quick, don't do shit. And what the hell you in front of them for? You know what I'm saying? So I walked past it like I'm gonna break them in front. And but so that was the first time I got bit. And like you said, that shit, you feel that shit in your toes, your nuts, everywhere. That shit's terrible. You know what I mean? It's like they definitely got some pressure. And then, of course, I got bit several times by Rick Rude. That if you didn't let him go, some people know if you don't, they got some dogs, if you don't release in time, they'll turn on you and fight.
Yeah.
So
fight your
with
ass.
with Rick, it was always a fucked up ass thing because once he looked back at, even if I'm walking him and he trying to get to a dog, I had to pull that leash all the way up to there and choke him because he's turning around to charge, to bite.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't gonna let me go? I'm gonna bite you then. So got bit several times. Hell, I still got the marks on my fucking wrist and arm from his ass. But I was we was at one show, and this motherfucker was screaming and screaming. I said, boy, he can't wait to get to that other fucking dog, right? That motherfucker jumped clean in the air and hit a bitch, hit a dude dead in his chest. Fuck the dog. Scratched dead into a dude. I said, oh shit. Man, we had to break the fucking dog. He went through the window and everything of that motherfucker. Man, I was like, God damn. We had to break him off his ass. They went out the window and he was still in the chest. So
This nigga owe Rick some money from another life.
hey, man, listen. And then I'm up there. So I'm going against, I don't want to just say his name, and I don't know what's the situation, but you know the one that had that troll dog, the one who bred that troll dog. You familiar? Y'all familiar? Yeah. Well, shit. You just said it. Well, fuck it.
Oh,
anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, Anyway,
I was taking a hit. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah. I mean, the shit was way back in the day. So
yeah, that was 30 years ago, man.
Yeah, we got Crenshaw, Tant, Irish Jerry, and they come with Jack Kelly to a show I was throwing. So they all came and shit. So they come with who you just mentioned and shit. But I'm thinking since he had a good little name, that, you know, and his dog is known. I figure he, you know, he's, as we like to call ourselves, we was in the fast lane. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of heavy hitters at my show and shit. And sure enough, I'm into him, but with some dogs really that wasn't mine. But anyway, fucking in the joint with him, I got bit 3 times in my ass with this non-handling motherfucker, man. He couldn't handle for shit. And the dog is chasing me while I got my shit. I'm like, I'm steady kicking the dog, kicking this motherfucker. I'm like,
your
yo,
dog
grab the
fighting you, trying to get back down and shit.
Yeah. He's scared to grab his dog. So I'm kicking it while I got the other dog in the air. I'm telling the ref, yo, I don't want to win on a foul, but what the fuck? How many times I got to get bit by this motherfucker? Got my whole ass swollen in this bitch. You know
that was the plan. That was the plan.
Bruh, this non-handling motherfucker. So I'm in this motherfucker, Jack Kelly, just laughing his ass off in the corner over there. I said, Jack, this shit ain't funny. This is not funny. You better write this shit in the motherfucking journal that I got bit 1,000,000 times and ain't want to win this way. And I'm no, I got bit 3 times. So the 3rd time I told the ref, I said, listen, I'ma just pay this motherfucker and take the loss just so I don't get killed in this bitch, man. This motherfucking non-handling motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? So that was the worst shit I ever.
The story was I bit Macari down in the box.
Yo, yeah, literally. I got 50 fuck down, bro. Only for me to be in there with the worst showing, to be in front of all the good dog, man, with somebody else shit I paid for because he got in trouble right before the show. And the shit went to a goddamn draw because we went trash to win, and the piece of shit that I had ended up quitting in 2 hours. And the motherfucker came all the way over there and didn't want to take hold. So what for all that, for nothing. You understand? I got black and blue marks all on my ass when I get home. I can't even lay down to sit down right after that shit, yo. So yeah.
But that's funny as hell, man.
It was funny at the time. I wanted to slap the shit out of that motherfucker, man.
Oh shit.
Really, Bob, you won. You won. Because see, when that dog,
you're supposed to foul that dog out, man. You got the right to be safe in there.
Bit you the first time, it was over. So what people have to understand that is when they in action, they ain't supposed to put their mouth on nothing but their opponent. And if that dog turn and bite the opposite handler, then it's over. They lose.
That's right. That's right.
They lose. That's it. That's it. Bruh. Ain't no more. It's over. You know. But see, you know, and this is what has hurt the game in the past is that you want to be part-time rules. Sometimes. No, the rules are the rules. You got
Boone, can I hold up? Excuse me, Boone. I have to say this. Hold up one more time. And I love you, you know, as a real brother. Boone, you broke the rules, goddamn, when you was repping for fucking Tant. When
man, go to hell and shut up.
Go to hell and shut up.
Boone goddamn take a knife and cut that motherfucker so he wouldn't faint no more. I said, Boone, what are you doing? Oh, just don't worry about it. You whipping his ass anyway. What the fuck that got to do with let that motherfucker keep getting fanged? We still beat Tant, but still, Boone got tired of unfanging. He got tired as a rep from unfanging the other motherfucker. And he just took his pocket knife out. Him and Tant turns in the corner. I said, what are they doing? My people said, what the fuck? He cut the motherfucker's lips so he won't fang no. I said, Boone, but it was all good. I just had to say that. You know, go ahead.
Emergency surgery in the box.
Hey, look,
fuck that shit, man.
look.
Fix this.
Okay. Since he let the cat out the bag, I'm gonna tell y'all something so you understand me. I'm very compassionate. Okay, and
Right.
when I see a situation that's hindering somebody, you know, I try to, you know, within the confines of right, you know, just make it real easy for 'em. Hey, look, let me tell y'all this here. Hey, look, you were winning any damn way.
Yeah, right. No, you look. That's the time we tricked Ted. He thought you was on his side, and it appeared to be when you helped him with the shit, only to tell him afterwards. No, you tricked him, and you got your money back from beating his ass. But go ahead. That shit was hard. Right.
Anyway, so this guy, we was at this dance, and this has been years ago, and so the dude, he winning, he's slaughtering the dog. He runs over there to the other corner. He throws his chest out. He say, "Yeah." So his homeboy reached in there and they gave high five.
No shit. Straight fouled out. You can't touch shit on that and outside that motherfucking box.
Hey,
Nope.
I stood there and I looked at him, right? I said, "Come in." I said, "Come in." He said, "Yeah." I said, "You know you just lost, right?" He said, "No, I didn't." I said, "Yes, the fuck you did." I said, "You gave that motherfucker high five, didn't you?" I said, "But I ain't gonna fire your ass out." I said, "But I'm gonna tell you, if you do that shit again, it's gonna be over." Now this is a crazy situation here. Now this was crazy. I'm gonna tell this and then we'll move on. Okay, so you got the referee, one done watch, and the dog sitting in there. He waiting for the other one to come. So the other one comes, but you know the people moved in one direction to the left. So the dog, you know, he looked that way to the left. Okay, but his opponent is to the right in the corner. So the referee ain't paying attention. You see, because this is my thing. I believe that when everybody is in position, you need to take both animals and walk to the center of the pit so they both can see one another, and then they can get it on. That's the only way to do it. There ain't no other way to do it. That's the only way, right? But instead, there was one in the corner, one come. That one that was coming looked to the left, and when he said release, he took off to the left, to the crowd. Well, when he did that, these niggas say, "Foul." I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up. Yeah, he left it. No, hell no. Listen, I wasn't even betting with the one that jumped, you know, the wall to the people. I was betting with the one that was waiting. And I said to myself, ain't no damn way y'all gonna try to take the people money like that, man. I said, no, man, I ain't going for that shit. Hey, and I wasn't betting with them. I was betting against them. I said, look here, man, this is what y'all gonna do. You're gonna take these motherfuckers, and if you want this goddamn money, you got to win. I said, but far as just straight take money, no. I'm not going along with it. You know, so, you know, they all agreed, and so they faced them up, and then they got it on. You know what I mean? But the one that left the pit, he lost. But the point was, is do things the right way. You know, don't just try to take money, man, on a bullshit tip. To me, I feel like let the dogs decide who gonna win. You know, like with that incident with Bob, even though Ted was getting fame, and you know, he needed to cut his lip a little bit so he could get the, you know, let the man do it. Let the man do it. You know what I mean? So they could keep going, you know, without any confrontation, right? And so the better dog won anyway. All I'm saying is, in any action, be reasonable enough to let the dogs decide who's the winner. Not because somebody want to try to cheat and do something dirty. You know what I mean? Because that wasn't dirty. All that was is freeing his lip. Now, if the motherfucker would have raised enough hell and said, no, don't do that. Then you can't. You know what I mean? But Baki
No,
already.
it was a joke. Let me just say this. And I ain't saying it for Boone. Got nothing but love for him. Boone a hell of a ref. That's why a lot of people always got him. Hell, when I came to there, even if he felt like I was some type of way losing, he wasn't getting ready to try to help and win the motherfucker for him. You know what I'm saying? He gonna call the shit how he saw it. Just, you know, so just so nobody be like, damn man, Boone, he's straight as a fucking arrow. Just that particular time, I think the motherfucker fanged at least 20 times in that bitch. At least.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I mean? Like the fuck. So and it was over with, like Boone said. It was pretty much, I think it ended probably about a minute or two afterwards anyway. So kind of helped it out a little bit.
But go ahead, move on.
Salute to Doug in the super chat. Appreciate the love, brother. He says,
Brother Doug.
Snoop Dogg,
Much
man,
love.
paying dues. Much love.
Doug.
We got another question here. Is historically, what was your preferred biting style, tearing or pressure, Mr. Garcia?
Didn't matter to me. I've seen both, all different kinds. If you're talking about hard biters, you know, hard biters are hard biter. There's different ways of doing it, you know. It's generally, you look at the result of it. So I've seen crushers, cutters, dogs that poke, you know, smash stuff.
Right.
Some of the what makes a difference is between a hard biter and what some of us consider hard biters is they wreck shit. However they do it. Massive damage, and it don't take long.
Right.
So as far as generally, it didn't matter to me. I didn't have no preferred nothing, you know, as far as that goes.
Yes, sir. What about you, Brother Bot?
Me, on the other hand, I have a preference. And when it comes to hard biting, everybody got their own scale, because a buddy of mine is up here, you know. I remember he was telling me something was biting hard, and I was looking like, I don't consider that nothing no more than a 5 mouth at best. Whether it's a cutter or a so-called pressure biter. You know what I mean? So it comes to that. But partly to what Rich said, yeah, I mean, if you got one that's a slasher and cut and can make a motherfucker bleed out back then that was cool. But most of the ones I liked is the ones that didn't show you no cuts and would be killing you internally, so that you would still, for me, to still be able to get my bet on, while you thinking we not biting, we really killing your shit, and you don't see no blood, you think you ain't hurt. But then when you know this shit sit after about 20, 30 minutes, start fading quick and can't get off the ground, well, you know, we didn't cleaned up with the bets, because you history after that. The damage was done if we was able to get in your chest and stomach or vital areas within the first 5 minutes. That's all we need. And the rest of it. So I'm definitely in dealing with the paladin. Anybody who was paladin, deal with paladin dogs, automatically know. Same with the ZEBO shit, pressure biters. We hitting terrible internal organs. So yeah, I'm a pressure biter, and only if he's actually pressure biting, because some of them, you know, they ain't biting shit. Just got a whole lot of dog in their mouth and they ain't hurting nothing. But when you putting a lot in there, you get into your spots and you're doing it. So yeah, I like both, but I definitely like the pressure biters.
Yes, sir. What about you, Ram? Ram, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
There you go.
I like them all, man, because I didn't have them all. I had hard ass pressure biters that'll pumpkin head your shit, and your shit be hematomed up, and you out of there before your owner can put you back in the car. Yeah, I had shit like, oh dog, he on this championship bit a fucking softball size hole in a motherfucking brisket. And I love seeing the look on that handler's face, like, oh shit, because he knew at that moment there ain't nothing you breed or feed over there that could fuck with me. Eat that. I had shit down from Grand Champion Cherokee crossing with the Coca-Cola shit that'll Jason your ass, just slice and dice you up. And you ain't gonna make it barely to the car, let alone home to get worked on. So it's different types of hard biters, but I had them all and I love them all because it don't take much. Like OG Schoolboy said, about 10 minutes of that shit. If your shit ain't out of there, it's out of there. You feel me?
Right. What was your preference, Rasta man?
I'm tell you what my preference was, and a lot of y'all will agree. And not only that, the panel, one that love to do it. If ever a pressure bite up, goddamn limbs off, as long as that son is loving, I love him. You know what I mean? So, and then if you want just a smart wrestler, smart head dog, smart back end dog, I love it all, man. I done seen it all. I love it all. And most of all, just wish the best for everybody that even get a chance to encounter and them dogs, man, because they give you a sense of pride, man, to be able to see them grow and develop, and in the end, and the reward is them achieving the things that you plan or you set out to do, or you feel they're capable of doing. And
Right.
so, yeah, I love it all, man. I love it all. I'm good.
Salute to Dickie Foster in the super chat. Appreciate the support, man. Says
Salute to the
panel.
Salute.
Salute to the panel and chat. Thank you, brother.
Salute, Dickie.
Hey, ask our brother, have he took all them 5 drinks yet?
5 drinks.
Yeah.
Little Rock, if he took them 5 shots, because it's 5 of us.
Oh,
shit.
That's what you're talking about. I thought
Yeah.
Rock was talking about a COVID shot or something, man. I didn't know what he was
Oh,
talking
no, that nigga
okay.
a shot of King Cobra.
about. Let me see what we got here. Another question we got here is in the past, does the panel know of any champion or grand champion who came off of one or both co-parents? Mr. Garcia.
I'm sure there's some. I've seen them written about in the past, but personally, I don't know. But if we were in like my group or something, that's where it came up. Somebody asked that, and this has been a few years ago,
Right.
and people named several of them. So I'm sure it's happened, but myself, I don't know. Usually, cold females, I've seen that. There's some cold males even on the ROM list and stuff, but both of them cold, I really don't know. Somebody else does.
Right. What about you, Brother Bach?
Like Brother Rich, none that I personally know. I'm sure, like anything with dogs, everything has happened. But I couldn't see how anybody could take 2 cold dogs together and breed them. I couldn't even understand that philosophy, but I'm sure it has happened, and maybe it's worked.
Right. Rasta man, what's your thoughts?
Well, if you go back to the Hounds of Blood, I knew Mr. Joe Bill. He used to breed dogs from my area. And I'm sure it was a lot of dogs that came off his stuff that went out to do a lot of good things. And shit, I don't think he ever matched one. If he did, it might have been when he was younger. But during the time that I went to his place, he was much older, and I didn't know of any of the dogs, doing anything. But I know he bred a whole lot of them. He bred the hell out of them. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people all over the country doing that right now. They ain't doing nothing. They just breed them and let them go. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing. Whether the parents done doing anything or not, I think it's just a good thing for the the fraternity, man. Keep getting dogs, man. Keep getting dogs.
Sure. What do you think about that? Walking that round.
No, I gotta agree with all the OGs. I've never seen it, but I'm pretty sure it's happened at some point in time. I seen 2 motherfucking curs get bred and make a champion, and that champion only produced curs. So that should let you know, don't just be chasing the dog because he got a title, because his parents sucked and his box production record sucked. The only good dog in that whole pedigree was him. But I ain't never seen a motherfucker intentionally take 2 cold dogs and put them together. You got to be a certain type of a dickhead to do that.
Yes, sir. Young Bulldogger in the super chat. Appreciate the love, man. He says, salute chat and panel. What's the best way to condition your dog going up in weight for weight pulling? What's your thoughts on that, Mr. Garcia?
What's the best way to condition your dog and go up in weight?
Yeah, he's talking about adding muscle.
Strength training, There's some, if he's talking about, like we mentioned in the past, some people bring them below weight and then come up like that, I've never done that, but I know these 3 guys that did it. They all retired, and one of them passed away already. But if it's for weight pull, I would emulate how you're doing the weight pull, So you're going to do sets in that regard, because that's what the weight pull is, And for that, you need strength, and it's almost like anything else. You need strength, you need air, My philosophy was I worked on their air first, because you can't do hard work and build them up using strength work until they have air. I don't know the science behind that, just the way I did it. And even when I worked out, that's how I did it. I did a lot of running first and then worked on strength. Some people mix it up and all that. That's about the best answer I can get. You're going to build muscle, build muscle, cut fat,
What about you,
I
man?
say, increase the food twofold. Keep the workout, and make sure his workout is progressive. Each week he's getting a heavier load, but increase his food by 2. If you're going for bigger. Now, if we were talking pit dogs, I say fucking the weight is your weight. Don't never chase the weight. I did that before and was fortunate enough to have a good enough dog to do that, but he always won on gameness, whereas when we schooled him and shit, he was a way better dog than what he showed in the pit, but he was going into bigger dogs because we was always chasing the motherfucking weight, So if you talking about just weight pull, or you talking in cold, whatever, increase his food, though, if you're going for that, for real, by 2. So if you feeding him a pound this week, start feeding that motherfucker 3,
Right.
He'll get the weight on, but he'll be good working weight, Won't just be bulky ass fucking DIBO muscle, because you're working him still. So increase his food, because he's going to start burning off calories as his work progresses. More calories burn mean losing weight. So you just want to keep his calorie count as high as possible, as high as you could afford it if you're trying to, bulk him up for a weight pull track. There'd be some big ass dogs out there, man. So when I was weight pulling, like real weight pulling, I would just go for the pound for pound and bring a little dog in. So a little 32-pound dog pulled 310 pounds, I won,
Right.
I just pulled fucking 10 times my body weight, bitch. He won.
Salute to Zachariah23 in the super chat, showing love. Much love and much appreciation. He says, Fat Bill said he rolled Frisco into Champion Red Jr. and Frisco bit a steak out of his shoulder. What are some dogs the panel can remember that you've seen dominate multi-time winner in a row, but wasn't matched themselves? Brother Bach, you know anything of that?
I can't say I've ever witnessed a multi-time winner in their while they were out campaigning get beat by something in roles. I'm sure it's happened a lot of times. It's just nothing that I can say that I can recall, because most of the time, when you got a dog that's campaigning, you're not gonna have your dog rolling against shit that ain't for what they match dogs. They ain't no more roles.
Fact.
That shit's
That's
over with.
you in the
So
professionals now. You
yeah,
went
you
from
know
the
what I'm saying.
amateurs,
You
took
don't.
the headgear off
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
pros. You don't
right.
go back,
Now
motherfucker.
you
I
don't go
feel you,
backwards.
OG.
Yeah, you don't go backwards. Now, I'm sure um, some people will take a winner or two or whatever, and if they got something that they really like, and it's been beating all of the other stuff in schooling, and they say, I want to get this last look, so I want to put it on so and so that we know is a bad motherfucker that's on, and been campaigning, and put it on it. And I'm sure people have seen. It's just like it's no different than coming out having a grand champion going into a first time out dog and get their ass kicked. Happens all the time. So it wouldn't be anything that would be hard to say that didn't happen, because it happens. Like I said, it's no different than taking a first time out. And if you feel like that dog's a match dog, and if somebody will put their champion, shit, a whole bunch of times. So, but me personally, nothing that I can just recall I saw like that.
Yes, sir. What about you, Buster, man?
Maybe somebody have I don't quite recall seeing, remembering seeing something like that, but a similar situation to that. A friend of mine, I hooked him up with some of my stuff, and then they was telling me how the little female was just crushing everything, and then they said they rolled her, and and I was explaining to him. I said, when you take a puppy and you put a puppy out there like that, I said, most of the time, if they get in a tough situation, the puppy come out of them. I mean, I've seen that, And so I said, I'll tell you what. At this time, Lady Stone was about 9 years old. I said, now I'm gonna show you a dog that has their mind up. I said, now she ain't had no action since she was like 6 years old, 6.5. I said, but she's retired. I said, but I'm just gonna show you, so you can see. I said, now when I go get this, there ain't gonna be no growling, there ain't gonna be none of that. You watch what she do. Straight, boom, boom, just went to working her over. I said, that's a dog that has his mind made up. I said, puppies, it take a little, you gotta let a puppy develop, man. Let a puppy get a little age on them. You know what I mean? And once they get there, then, if they ain't doing it like that, then, it ain't there. Now, I'm gonna say this. I've seen dogs, that, even when they got 2 or 3 years old, they still wasn't mentally there. But when they got like 4 or 5, and man, you couldn't cut them off, so it's just different scenarios. And then the main thing is how much and how well a person have the patience to develop and work with one. And we have some, that they want them fast. They want them like a microwave, and I understand that. You know what I mean? I understand that because I was at that point in my life early in the days. Hey man, shit, fuck this. The hell with him. We need the microwave shit. So, we all guilty of that. I bet you everybody on this panel is guilty, and not only on the panel, that's out there in the world. On the chat is guilty of the same thing. But back in the day,
Sneaking fat girl. I'm guilty as fuck of that.
But we just you know, it's, you know, whatever you decide is best for you, and might not be best for somebody else, but whatever you decide is best for you, and then, you know, you just roll, go with it.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
good.
What about you, Mr. Garcia?
No, I ain't never seen it.
Yes, indeed.
It.
Ram?
Hell no. I ain't seen that, bro. Like the only time I would say I seen like a motherfucker take his match dog into a row was like what OG Bach was describing. Like you done whooped all the prospects in the judo school. Now let's see how you fuck with the master teacher. You know, if you could even last with this motherfucker for 10 minutes, we're gonna match you. But I ain't never seen that type of dog, you know, get his ass kicked by a dog in a row, and then they don't do nothing with that dog that whooped the bad motherfucker. Hell no, I'll still be talking about your bitch ass. You did some shit like that around me, and you wasted a whole fucking dog. Stupid.
Right.
If it's a multiple winner, he's probably an older dog. You know, I would guess. You know, so I guess they would be doing it for the reasons, you know, Bach and Ram said. But I just personally, I never seen it or done it.
Yes, sir. And salute to Dime Bread in the Cash App. Appreciate the love, family.
Thank you.
Another question we got here is how common was off the chain matches in your day? I'm gonna go back to you, Mr. Garcia.
Pretty common. We did a lot of them. A lot of people, everybody I knew did them. You know, that's a relatively new term. If you go way back in the day, where you see these 16-time winners, 24-time winners, there's I don't know how true it is, but back in the 1800s, there's a drawing of a dog, and it says that he was 109-time winner. So I don't know about that, but I think that's what, way back in the day, that's what would be considered. I don't think all them multiple winners back then were conditioned through a full keep that way. But Tudor was known to, you know, he always messed with his dogs. And I mentioned this before. He had an advertisement, him and Sadler or him and Nemechek, that they would match anybody in 10 days to 30 days. And he was known to flirt pole them all the time. And they had kids that hand walked their dogs and all that.
Right.
I've done, you know, just straight off the chain a couple times, and then I did one in 11 days, you know, if you want to call that a keep, 2 weeks, like that. And I think at some point they would call it off the chain, you know. Some of them ain't just off the chain like that. A lot of them were. Some of them, they're already conditioned or whatever, just looking for, you know, get some money. But yeah, it was pretty common.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What about you, Rasta man? How common were they in your day?
Well, now, off the chain, you know, you can break it up into two categories. To me, when you say off the chain, that's one that hasn't did no work, no nothing. You know, just pull them off the chain. That is. Okay. Then back in the day, it'd be like, okay, in 3 weeks we're gonna work this dog, and you know, and we're gonna do this such date. What, no forfeit put up or nothing. We just verbally, you know, this is what we're gonna do. So some people would consider that off the chain. I don't. Right. I consider that two people made an agreement, and the two people working their dogs, and they have a date. Back then, you know, the dog get ready 3 weeks. We ready. You know, and then it went from 3 weeks. Then people, need 4 weeks. Then it went from 4 weeks, went to 5 weeks. From 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Then 8 weeks. Then 10 weeks, 12 weeks. So time has brought change. And do you think less of the dog because he did it in 3 weeks and they didn't put up a forfeit? And the dogs went like any other dog would go? You call that off the chain? Nah. You know, to me, that's just like any other match. You know what I mean? But when you say off the chain, you got two that ain't did nothing. They ain't run, ain't work, ain't nothing. And you put them down, that's off the chain. But if you got one and you running them and you working them, that ain't off the chain. Off the chain means no work, no nothing. Off the chain. But you can categorize it, you know, the way you choose. You can say my off the chain is working a dog and then pulling him off the chain, bringing them to you. You know, it's just how people look at it. But I always believe that if you got to work a dog to show you what he has, then to me, you know, you really don't know what you got. You know, I believe that I want a dog to show me naturally. You know, when I was out there, I want him to show me naturally what he has. No work, no nothing. Let's see. Anything, I'm just gonna feed him in a way that I'm not gonna feed him no high protein diet. I ain't gonna do none of that. I'm just gonna feed him in a way that where I can prepare his stomach to not be overfilled with food and water, so we can get a natural performance out of it. And so, you know, that's the way I see that. But yeah, you can move on, Ken.
Yes, sir. What about you, Brother Bot?
Could you repeat the question so I got a full understanding of that?
Yeah. How common were off the chain matches in your day?
Very common. Matter of fact, I see more off the chain matches than I did condition. Most of the people kept their shit within 2 to 3 pounds of match weight anyway. So most people, like I said, that I knew back then, they was doing their shit for some money on a regular, and I mean, amount that could even be more than what condition ones went for. So it wasn't a thing where a person come and say, well, your shit is conditioned better than mine, because that was the chance you was taking. So like I said, most people who I seen where it was done, they both had dogs that were around, you know, their pit weight. So that was common, very common.
Yes, sir. What about you, Ram?
No, man, I used to try to get some off the chains, but motherfuckers was hip to me because I do like OG Boom was saying, I'd be riding my shit on the bike and all that shit. You know, my shit be coming in about 3/4 shape. So they all know, Ram, you're trying to take your money, man. Don't do that.
Yeah,
so I never got to, you know, get to indulge in none of that free bread, man. You know, because I like being active with my dogs, though. Like, I walk my dogs every day, all that shit. But that's why I don't keep a bunch of dogs, because I enjoy doing that shit, spending that time with them. So, yeah, I never got to do no off the chains, man. And I never even went to see none, you know, because I'm a lightweight ass, so I'll be clowning, man. Y'all niggas just scared to work y'all shit, and you know, that shit, it quit just, you know, make you feel dumb about doing it. So I wouldn't even get invited to the shit once I seen I couldn't fucking trick nobody into doing it with me. I lightweight started hating on me. No cap.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me give us a quick word for our sponsors before we be right back.
One of the most anticipated dog breedings has finally been confirmed. The pups from this pairing of Zeta and DMX will be born very soon. We are now accepting deposits. Our pups will come with ears cropped and a 2-year health guarantee. Get ahead of the pack on purchasing a puppy by contacting NWA Cane Corsos on Instagram at NWA Cane Corsos. Call or text 479-326-1603 with any questions. A guard dog is your first line of defense. These will be the right pups for the job.
Yes, sir.
Them some big ass dogs too, boy. They'll bite your ass down. You come in that man's house.
And make sure while y'all at it, make sure you brothers, if you have dogs or pets that you want transported, make sure you hit that number up. Only in America, Kennels Pet Transportation Service. Make sure y'all do that ASAP, Rocky. You dig?
Go ahead.
All right.
Hey, I need some birds moved from a storage down in Miami. Wink, wink. Oh, fucking with you. Hey, nope, I ain't saying it because we ain't get our weekly dose of the hose, man, for money and magic. So nope, I ain't doing it. So I see some ass and dollars flashing around.
They're gonna force you my head. You see how they do me?
Money and magic, XXX. Hold up, honey. No, I'm not your hoe or housewife. What you thought this is? It's not personal, it's business. When you see me, I be fancy underneath it. I be nasty, sharing lace off in my panties. Easy access, ain't no scamming. Got me choking while I'm slurping love potion. From the back type, busted wide open. Got some D-cup titties in a bubble butt. Made his dick hard as shit. All I heard him scream was fuck. Give it to me, bear. Pulling on my motherfucking hair. Pretty pussy pink. Knock it out. Put that ass to sleep. Got his wood all in my back. Come in my stomach with all of them racks. Make his dickhead spit up cash. Huh? Now give it to me like you want some more. No Tatiana, that's that bottom shelf quality type of hoe. Taste this pussy, you'll eat something that you never had. Put that chain around my neck and choke me till I'm brain dead. Then throw me all of them bands and cash it out to my OnlyFans.
Yes, sir. Welcome down, Ram. Go ahead and give us a disclaimer, brother.
Hey, man, as always, it's been a hell of a show, man. I'm happy to be up here with y'all brothers, but none of this shit is intended for nor sure to be used towards any illegal purposes or activities. If you is using it for that, use the bitch, keep it to yourself, you know? Don't tell on nobody up here. I'll make it my business to fuck you up every time I see you. Other than that, it's Monday, man. Fucking hit that bitch hard in the stomach tomorrow, you feel me? Be great this week. Motherfucker, help somebody if you can. Help yourself if you can. Just do something good this week, man. The world needs it. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Cal, can I say one thing?
Yes, absolutely, brother.
Right.
To the motherfucking maximum 70 sport schoolboy action, Ram Maximum, and only in America. Bakari, Bakasri.
Hey, much love. Hey, let me say this too. Anybody got any of us blocked on here? Some hoe ass dudes. That's all I'm saying. Anybody got us blocked is a hoe ass dude. Just say that. Anybody on here got any of us blocked is some hoe ass dude. Because 9 out of 10 ain't neither one of us did shit to you. Don't even know you, motherfucking ass. So just saying it.
I might have fucked one of they bitches, but I didn't know.
I'm just saying you got to be a hoe ass dude to block us, and we ain't even had a confrontation. Don't even know each other. Basing your fucking dislike off another motherfucker. That's use a weak ass nigga. If you block any of us, use a hoe ass dude. Just letting you know that. So if it don't pertain to you, if it don't pertain to you,
go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, OG.
Yeah, I'm just saying if it don't pertain to nobody, then just let it go. But if it's you, I'm talking to you. If that's you, you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say bring it back around to the positive. Check on y'all OGs, man. We losing a lot of the old heads. You feel me? Like Mr. Boudreaux, all that shit, man. So just check on the OGs. You feel me? We love them and shit, and we losing history. It seems like every month, you know. So get as much of it as you can. Check on them. Let them know. You know, the young generation still fuck with them.
Yeah.
Right. One other thing too. Anybody that's into the exotic bullies. I don't really, that's my son mess with that, but he got some nice ones. He just had a litter. Anybody looking for some nice ones, just let you know. They're available.
Hey, that's the dog man Sue who was in the chat?
Yeah, that's my son. He got he got some nice shit. Like I said, I'm with the Bulldogs. He with them exotic shits. It's hard for me to fuck with a lot of shit outside the pit bulls, but we do have some. If we gonna have them, they gonna be the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's the one that Rick Rude tried to bite.
That's the one. Yeah, that's my son. And Rick tried to bite, and all the old heads remember him at the pit side, you know, all the time. But yeah, Rick tried to bite him and shit.
Yes,
Let
sir.
me just say this, man. Like, you know, Buck and I, we met years ago, and we introduced our families to one another.
That's right.
And our kids didn't know one another, but my baby boy and Buck baby boy, the one he's speaking on now, he ain't no baby now. He's big boy.
Right.
And him and my son, man, they just like, it was like two peas in a pot, and they had just met one another, man. It was just amazing to watch that, you know, the youth, you know, coming together. But look, man, it has been great, and I know we trying to get out of here because we got to get to our families. But we love y'all in the chat. We love y'all, man. And keep checking us because we got more to come. 7A Sports is the greatest thing on earth. And if you didn't know, you know now. And we're looking to maybe touch anywhere between 100 to 150,000 views. So click on them views, man. Click us.
Oh, and while you mentioning that, Boone, I mean to cut you. And Kev noticed, if you noticed before, normally we get 70, 80,000 viewers after 2 nights of watching. YouTube did some shit we'll be showing like 3,000, 4,000. That still don't mean 80,000 motherfuckers watching. You can explain that real quick, Kev, how that shit works.
Well, yeah, it's basically some shadow banning shit YouTube does. Their algorithm, you know, because of the subject matter, the stuff that we talking about, you know, they acting funny with it, so they're not really showing our views in the way they used to show our views. So they didn't pick up on what we talking about. They're really not letting me monetize a lot of these type of videos. So the support we get from these videos is really the super chats. You know what I'm saying? Or unless, you know, we don't curse and we gotta, you know, dance around a bunch of shit, you know, they playing games with it, man. But y'all keep supporting, keep sharing the videos, and we definitely appreciate y'all, man.
And y'all be on the lookout for our Patreon too. We got some hot shit coming out on the Patreon, man. We're gonna be dropping that shit real soon on y'all, so just be on the lookout.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got some stuff we're working on. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And make sure y'all register your dogs. Go do it. Register your dogs with Schoolboys Registry. And thank y'all. Salute to the panel. And we will see y'all next week, next Sunday, y'all.
Salute, twins, and peace.
Oh, Rasta Man.
Yeah.
A quick question. A brother wants to know, because he sent a super chat, but he wanted to know, to ask you, was Honey Bunch ever bred to Panther?
I wouldn't know that. That'd be a good question that I can try to find out by. But I do know that the Honey Bunch dogs have been crossed with the ZEBO dogs. I do know that. But
he bred directly to ZEBO. She bred directly to ZEBO.
Okay,
but not Panther. Not Panther.
Didn't turn out much, but they made the breed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But not Panther. They wasn't alive at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah. Well, Honey Bunch was way before his time. But when I'm saying Panther, I'm just thinking, you know, the Panther is a ZEBO dog that's been crossed with a whole lot of different stuff. And I'm sure, you know, you got so many crosses out there. But that was a great question, whoever that brother was. We really appreciate that. But, you know, everybody got to get to their families now. But, man, we love y'all, and we ending the show. Bless up Maximum 7A Sports, the #1 show in the country. Ain't nobody doing it like the brother named Kev.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man. Hey, and salute to Going Hard Kennels Reloaded in the building. Salute y'all. We up out here, y'all.
Salute to all the brothers.